Okay, cool. So once you have that recorded, sorry, not recorded, downloaded, we should be able to go. You'll see this is the finished one. Here's one I made earlier. And you should be able to see these bones. What? Anima2D. These bones are what control the character. I'm just going to rotate and you'll see. So you see her head is linked to that bone. I have this hair, this part of the hair linked to that part. Like each of the cloak bits are linked to another part. And I have these IK, and what IK stands for is inverse kinematic. And what inverse kinematic means is if you look at the way I have to animate the cloak, I have to go like this one, and then I'll go to this one, I'll do that one. So like I have to do individually each bone. Whereas if I have IK, what I can do is just grab, this is for, let me do the leg one. I can just do that. You see the way it reacts like a leg would if I grab someone's leg from the ankle. So it reacts like so. All right. So we're gonna rebuild this from scratch. I'm gonna make a new scene, and I'll rebuild this from scratch. 2D scene, of course. Oh, I gave you a way shitter version. Oh well. All right. So everyone got that set up yet? Anyone say no? Maybe a couple minutes more. Anyone want to take bets on the college closing in the next week or so?
I'll take up on that.
What are we betting?
Coffee, because you drink a lot of
coffee.
What are we betting though?
Rainbow Six.
I bet it will. Well, I started playing Rainbow Six.
Nice.
It's actually pretty good.
You have this coming out tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
I know I've been put into the noob. They put me into the noob like servers, right? When they start off.
Yeah.
Like super, yeah, because I wiped the team of 4 and I was like, I'm fucking amazing. I was like, no, they're all noobs.
Were you
Like literally, like some guy like jumped off the top floor. I'm like, why, mate? What?
The free weekend.
Yes. Oh, Ned, now I have to pay for it.
Yeah.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, it's like €9.
So you have to buy them all.
No, but you don't want the €9 one.
No, it was on sale. The full version, the gold edition was like €9.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Really?
that. Yeah, yeah.
So you just get like, how many operators do you get?
You get the starters, and then you get year 1 DLC as well.
Oh, cool.
You're 1 and 2 DLC.
Oh, and
Master, do you really think it's going to close?
College.
Oh yeah.
Pretty clear, yeah.
It's
gonna be-
Trinity already had.
Yeah, they didn't close though.
Yeah, I know, but they say they have a game.
After Paddy's Day.
Yeah, we got.
It's like,
we just drink all day.
no, that's like mixing all the virus and spreading it all
The
over.
virus come through here already. So the mumps. Mumps. There's a case of mumps in here as well.
In here.
Yeah. Standard.
How much time are you giving them?
I think, okay, so how are we betting? Are we betting whether it's going to close or not? Or are we betting when it's going to close?
Okay. I'll bet you a pint that
What do you want to bet? What's your bet? It will close or it won't close?
I'm honestly specific.
Won't close. Ooh, that's spicy. So I just need to do like, it will close.
And if it closes, you get a fight.
Wait,
I can't handshake because...
No, I'm coming over.
No, we can't handshake. No. You stay away, you fucking disease-ridden. No, that's no contact.
It'll close because of Corona. That has to be.
Yeah, not just... Yeah, no. Like, oh, Easter break, I win.
I'm saying it's not going to close because of Corona.
Alright, I think it... Wait, when you say close, you mean the full college is to close? Angel Street has to close.
Yeah.
Not just... Because Trinity only closed 1 floor. of their
Yeah,
building.
I'm just saying like
Sections, no?
Biomedical science is one floor.
Oh, I thought it was like the building.
No, just one floor of the building. Huh?
Industry won't be accessible.
Okay.
Wait, so what happens if like that one floor they just like in
And they're
lockdown?
sanitizing.
They had like I think they had decontaminating people up there, like the asthma people up there.
Also,
Like for Monsters Inc.
Yeah,
It was Roz the entire time.
Okay, so because of coronavirus, during the college year, which ends on May 8th or something, there will be a closure before then. Even if it's for like an hour, Angel Street will be inaccessible. But it has to be because of coronavirus.
Okay, we have to.
Deal?
Okay, we have to put a minimum time that we have.
All right, let's get sick.
If it's a minute, then what the fuck? Let's say at least people at least for an hour because of a coronavirus. Then it counts.
Yeah, just like if it closes, it's not gonna close for a minute.
If it closes, they're not just gonna close it for an hour.
It's not gonna know. It's gonna be like for 4 weeks.
No, but I reserve the right if there was someone anonymously reported that there was a case and they evacuated the building. I still.
really want that. If it's a case, you're not gonna just rush everyone out into the streets.
Yeah.
Because then if there is a case,
You're creating a panic.
just bring it all out to the streets.
If that may keep us
They actually
off
might.
themselves.
They're dumb enough. They actually might pull the fire down.
Honestly,
Oh no, it's gonna spread. Everyone outside. Hello, people.
All gather in the same.
Let's stand together.
Yeah.
Someone
I'm
sneeze.
just gonna say there were like at least 5 confirmed cases up north, and I spent my reading weeks up there. So
Oh, why the fuck am I sitting there?
Did you stay at home?
What the fuck?
You stay at home.
I spent my reading week in Vienna and there's like 300.
Like, do you have type 1 diabetes or anything like that?
Got asthma. Got asthma. It's not great.
Oh, never mind. You're fucked.
All right, so looks like we're ready. So you've got the sprite added in here. You have the shitty version. So the first thing you want to do is set it to multiple, because you need to have multiple pieces in it. Are people still downloading Anima2D? Just plug it out the back of plug the Ethernet on the back of the Mac and just use it. These Macs are fucking useless. So. You're not supposed to do that, bro. Huh? Yeah, but I own the college, so. Oh shit! Someone coughs. All right, so.
I don't have a.
You just have to follow along, then I guess. All right, so then when you're on multiple, what you'll need to do. Actually, let me just open this in Explorer to make it brand new. Delete. Oh shit. Okay, that should re-import. Okay, so this needs to be Sprite 2D, needs to be multiple, and then pixels per unit. I'm gonna do 512 because this is a 512 size image, and I'll leave everything else default. Maybe I'll do the filter mode. No, let's see how it looks like first. So apply that, and it should look something like the. Why is it not going in? What?
Try the other image.
What? Why? Why? Why does this work and the other not? Multiple. Oh, I haven't set the multiple. That's probably why. If I do single, yeah, okay. It's because I haven't set the multiple ones yet. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so it's multiple, and now I need to tell it which ones are the multiple. Yeah, sure, apply, whatever. So it should automatically, we want to do an automatic slice this time. Should automatically slice each piece. Perfect. Grand. Now at this point, you 100%, you can ignore these ones here. I put them in for the face. So you can do like, that's a close eyes and open eyes. You can have them if you want, or you can ignore them. I don't care. If the sprite, like in this case, whether it's set them both as individual sprites, you can just delete and like grab one of them and stretch it and go like that's eyes. this is. Delete that. Eyes closed. There's a very weird torso, but ignore. Just take it. Torso. This is cloak. This is hair. Now the reason I have the hair separate is I want the hair to animate separately from the face and be able to bob and squash and do all sorts of stuff. That's why I have it separate from the face, but you don't have to. So this is the head. And that just choose one leg to be leg far, leg near. I find this the easiest way to sort them. Or leg right, leg left, whichever you prefer. These little bits. These dots. That is what's called a error. Basically, I erase off stuff and it didn't erase them properly. You can get rid of them. Can you? Like there, you can just delete them. The ones that exist there. Eh. Cool. And then apply that when you're done. And fingers crossed in Unity. I actually don't know if that's being recorded. No, it's not. Great stuff. You should get all of them separately. Eyes closed. What's this part? Don't need to care. Doesn't care. Head, leg, far, leg, torso. Okay, perfect. So I have them all separately here. By now, your Anima2D should hopefully have been downloaded and the package installed, because you'll need the package installed for this next part. And if you're finished, what I need to do, I'll just select all the ones that I want to use. I'm not using these two. And right click, create Anima2D sprite mesh. Oh, damn it, I have to do it for each one. Why? So you should have a bunch of sprite meshes, and I'm going to show you what to do after that, after you make those sprite meshes. Am I moving too fast?
So great.
Yeah. What? Where do you want me to rewind to?
After this slicing of the images.
Okay, so I have all the names of the images. Let me just delete all these. Delete. Oh, fuck off.
I can. Oh wait.
So I've sliced them all up. So you have this, right? Are they all named correctly? Perfect. Then it's really easy. Just on each one, right click, create Anima2D sprite mesh. You'll need to have Anima2D installed, otherwise. So you're supposed to be able to select all of them. For some reason, I can't. If you can select all of them and do it at once, do it. You couldn't either? I don't know why.
Click on your spreadsheet.
Yeah, but that.
What the fuck?
Where did I go? Where did I go, friend?
No, I clicked on the spreadsheet.
On this?
Yeah.
Oh, let me try. Create. Let me delete this one first. Oh, Fran, have you done? Fran, you've done it.
There you go, bud.
Okay, so just click on the actual sprite sheet. Fran, you've done it.
Yeah, I wanted to bring stuff. Oh, okay.
Broken clock and all that. Just right click on the sprite sheet itself. Don't individually click on the sprite.
Put it on your big brain soon.
Hey, I mean, I was doing that the whole time for like tutorials.
I'm trying to help.
6 years later.
I'm helping.
I made this last. Okay, so has everyone got like all the pieces? All the sprite meshes? So now I'm gonna click on one of the sprite meshes. I'm just gonna pick the arm and I'm gonna hit edit sprite mesh. You're gonna see what's happening. So this is a sprite mesh editor. It looks very like the sprite editor, but it's a little different. So what the sprite, why does it so bad? Okay, whatever. So I need to edit the sprite mesh. This arm, this arm needs to be able to bend. You cannot see very well on this. See if I can zoom in. It does. You need to be able to see what I'm doing. So you see this bounding box that it has? What I can do is, I probably should have done a polygon. I should have cut a polygon sprite actually. It would make it easier. But what I need to have is, if I hold shift click here, I can add another vertex, one of these vertex points. Hold it on shift, and here, and then I'm like this. So now my sprite will be that kind of shape. What is important is, you know the way I added two here, so it has a line between them? I need to have that line in order to make that arm bend. Okay, and the more lines you have there, the nicer the curve then will be. Like, for example, basically when I'm going to animate this, what it'll do is grab this and kind of bend like that. See the way it needs to have those two there in order to bend? And the more that I have here, the kind of neater the bend will be. But if I put too much, it's going to be too complicated. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah? Shift and click. So now I need to do that for every single one of them. Yay. Yeah, I'm going to try and do a polygon one and see if that's better. Nah.
And then just slice whenever you're done.
And then apply when you're done.
And you only really need it to bend at the two parts.
Yeah, yeah. Like this is the minimum I need. Just one slide. That's the minimum I need. I can add more if I want, but I don't have to. Don't know. So you can have one extra one if you want, so it'll bend a bit nicer, but you don't have to. And you just need to hit apply and go to the next one. And you got to do it for all of them. Yay. Stuff like the head, you probably don't need to because the head isn't really going to bend.
A big brain moment.
Have you split them up already? Those are fine meshes though. Yeah. That one can be fine mesh.
could.
Oh. Yeah, once you've made it, it won't let you make it again. That's why. So for something like my cloak or skirt, whatever you want to do, I need it to move quite a bit. So I'm going to add quite a few of these vertices. And also I need it to, in the middle, kind of like bend at these points. If you're unsure what I'm talking about, just anywhere where I put a point, you can test it and see how it moves. And based off that, you should be able to understand whether you need to add one or not. If you want to delete, just select it and delete.
What is it called? You gonna back just around the middle?
Yeah, just like around here. Have you done particle effects yet? So no is the answer.
Yes. No. No.
Yes, no. Okay. All right. We'll do that next week then. Well, we'll see how far we get with this. And have you done post processing and shit? No. Oh, okay. Let's get there before John does. What? It's fine-ish. Yo, you gotta do it for every piece you actually want to animate. So I haven't done it for the eyes. I'm gonna keep the eyes separate as a sprite sheet. Everything else, though, basically anything that needs to bend needs to be done. What? I'll show you my hair one in a sec. Okay, I'm just gonna apply that. Here is the hair one. I made it very detailed. You probably don't need that detail.
So you don't need it.
Where is it? Where is it bending?
See the little white. That's why it's very shit. You can see.
Oh, where it bend from? Oh, it's only around the right. I thought you
It
needed.
will draw white lines between every point.
You want to do like solid blue lines?
I don't know if it matters to be honest. That solid blue line thing doesn't have to be. As long as the white line is fine.
As long as it's like very close to the
Exactly. It should be okay. Then. Yo.
So would this be
Oh, sir.
No, you said yo.
What's up?
Yo.
Oh, like okay. General PSA. You're sending me an official email to my official basil.lim@dublin.ie. Do not fucking go, yo, Baz. What's up? That's an official communication.
Yeah.
So don't do that shit.
So would this be like? Alright.
It should be okay. It just means we can only bend these lines.
Okay.
So if you want it to bend more, you'll have to add more.
Oh no. So what? Did you hello, Mr. Lane?
Just like
Hello,
hi Basil.
Hi,
Dear
Basil.
Francis.
Hey, cutie.
It's okay. Well, any of the lines. See all the white or blue lines? Those lines all stay straight. The points will be the ones that we're going to be moving. I'm using the bone system, but the lines always stay straight. So if you think about it like that, meaning that if I have like line, point, it can only move like that, and it always stays straight. Does that make sense? If I want to bend, I need more lines. Yes. Oh shit, son. Oh fuck, son. This is recently happened. Have you tried doing that? Downloading 3D Sprite package from Package Manager?
I don't know where to even find that.
Oh, Package Manager is so I said okay. I don't think that'll fix it. It seems like a problem. Let's go Window Package Manager. Yeah. And it should use search. Still loading. It should show up for 2D. Yeah. So 2D Sprite.
Every time I ever had
So for fighting, you have to swing the arm.
Why did you change the name to Unity Mobile?
Because I told her something stupid and I wanted to.
No. Alright, I know we're art class, but seriously, PSA, if you make a Unity project, make sure that's the project name that you want it to be known as forever and ever. Because if you change project name, it changes the dependencies, so it's not very robust. So it won't be able to re-target the library and so that should be okay. Is that okay now? One of your arms?
Leave your dirty names for yourself.
Where's my arm?
What is the word, Emma?
You can't change your child's name until they're 18. So.
What?
Really?
I mean,
What?
I mean, all I know of name changing laws is that you have to be an adult to change your name. So
I
Yes,
had my
you do.
name changed when I was 2.
Oh. How?
Both of my parents had to agree and then they went and it came in.
What did your name change from?
My surname used to be Shveda and now it's Veshtavi.
Oh, but that's a surname change. Because I assume like if I got divorced and married someone else and took their name.
No, but like on my birth certificate it's a different surname that I actually have. So it is a name change.
It's just a surname change. Like, as in, can you change like Ava to I don't know?
I probably could still be able to, as long as support can't agree.
Really?
Wait,
I'm surprised you can't change.
wait, you're an adult now, so like you can change it.
Yeah, now you can change to whatever you want.
You're adults now. You have
I would have changed that fucking name.
Vaz is a good one. How would we
No, Buzz is fine. It's my fucking second name. Every other name is.
No,
What do you
you
change it
need
to?
to.
Baz.
No, it is as
All I can't just market this. We Basil market this.
You have to genuinely have to know.
I don't have your PC.
No, I swear it was like.
Yes.
It's not like the spreadsheet, but then the arms.
What?
You know, like slice on the spreadsheet, one of the arms is just missing into like.
You just have to make a new like draw your own sprite. So if you open the sprite editor, you can click drag and draw.
Oh wait.
Oh no, you don't. You didn't name us. Yeah,
No, I'm doing my.
Yeah, that's
No, you don't have to do that. You can just click and drag and draw a little box around it. Yeah, see what's making it, and you can just like set it to make it if you want to. Oh, sorry.
I knew it wasn't
Right, I'm gonna give you 5 more minutes. Looks like we're doing cheap.
used today.
Should we go back to the house?
No. My dude, maybe. Yeah, bro, it's on your hair though. Yeah, if it was my hair, I definitely wouldn't do it.
Fucking no, Mickey. Why are you so fucking salty?
Are you?
Please don't try this one.
Please don't try this one.
Good for you. Don't need fucking flex.
Those are very
I swear.
Yo.
There's one lamp I've been looking for.
Oh no, you're about to run back.
I've never just. Well done.
You just need to have died.
I have
I was like this.
It's only weird. No one saw you.
I do this training thing every single day.
You have seen that
I got Fortnite before we came back.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I stopped
When I see
Okay.
that, I can't speak properly, but when I
Alright, looks like we're ready to go. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna select all the sprite meshes. Make sure you're only selecting the sprite meshes. Should be able to drag them in. Oh, why, dick? Oh, then drag them in one by one. Right, now the next part is very mucho importante. You'll need to create an empty game object. Why am I creating an empty game object? That's going to be the parent of everything else. I'm going to set my empty game object to 0, 0, 0 in the position. Why am I creating an empty game object?
So you can store all your sprites.
I can store all my shit in the empty game object. And also, because this empty game object is going to be the holder, the container for all my code. My components are all going to go in there. And every animated visual effect related thing is going to be a child of that empty game object. Okay? So the reason why I'm doing this is if I animate my torso like bending forward, I do not want my hitbox or my collider to also go with and get animated. So the empty game object will stay the same. The hitboxes, the colliders, every physics item that works on it will be the same. Inside it, as a child, I can animate whatever the fuck I want. It's not going to affect my physics. And in general, it's always better to have a level of abstraction away from that. Now, this changes when you go to like AAA gaming and you have a full character. You'll like have hitboxes childed to the mesh, but that's a different story. Okay, for now, do it this way. All right. So it's childed to this. All I need to do is bop all of these into the game object. And then I need to arrange my character. Let's set my torso at 0, 0, 0. So if my game object is at 0, 0, 0, my torso is at 0, 0, 0. So these are both centered, and I can build everything from that. So arm far. Oh shit, arm's broken. Whatever. Arm near.
You didn't drag in the sprite meshes, the actual sprites.
I used the sprite meshes. I dragged in the sprite meshes. I'm gonna leave the cloak off for now and just work with the creepy horror body, just so you can see what I'm doing. Fucking nightmare fuel. Okay, so I've got sorting layer issues. So I can select everything and set them to the same sorting layer. Have you gone over sorting layers yet?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So I have made a player sorting layer. So I'm just going to put them all on that player sorting layer. And then individually on that layer, I need to make sure their sorting is correct. Generally, the easiest thing, in my opinion, is to take the torso as order layer 0. And then like my arm near, that's going to be order layer, let's say, no, sorry, my leg near. Order layer 1, so that's in front of the torso. Then the arm is going to be in front of the leg. So that's order layer 2. And then I'll go negative for going backwards. And always test it. Just make sure like when you rotate your arm, oh juice. When you move your arm in front of the face, that it is showing up in front of the face and the hair. And then for shit that's behind the torso, you can just go negative numbers. So you can do -1, -2, whatever. And if you need to do any scaling, right now is the time to do that. And remember to save this scene. Sorting there is all good, right? Don't worry, like too much. If you don't sing the shower, what?
If you don't sing in the shower, you're weird.
So I said I listen to music in the shower, and he goes, "Jesus, lad, stop being such a Madonna." Do people not do that?
No, Jason, you're weird.
2020, why did you more tolerant of each other?
I'm kidding, man.
Yeah,
I
Jason's
think in the shower.
weird.
Man, I think in the shower.
You're like a tolerant of
Yeah,
No, but he's
I don't know what generation I am, to be honest.
Do you think
I
to
think
it?
I'm
How old are you?
Jason, do you think to it?
I'm a millennial, man.
Do you think to it?
I think. Yeah, you are.
Is that good or bad?
You're the last millennial. You're like 96 is the
Yeah,
last.
not just
Yeah, I was 95.
95. Oh, so you're like second last.
Yeah, if you think that, then you would be weird. If you're thinking
Like,
to
what
it,
does that mean? What's
None.
the crack? Like, what's the crack with
It just means that your pop culture is probably slightly different to these pop culture.
Yeah, no, but that's definitely a fact. Sometimes I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's
Like, at all. Like, Pepe?
Do you not know Pepe? How
I
the
do
fuck
know
do you not
all,
know
I
Pepe?
know all
Peppo Hand.
Wait, who doesn't know Pepe?
Peppo Hand.
Who here doesn't know Pepe?
Peppo Sad.
Pepe's like,
You don't
And then he got co-opted by like super right wing.
Saying you don't know Cute the Frog?
I know all.
We Mark.
I wouldn't reference it when I talk
Cute the
about
Frog?
like, yikes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Maybe if you name your files properly.
You need to name your bloody file. Who didn't name them? But this is a learning experience. Now you'll never not name them.
Me Mark, me Sad. Don't worry,
There's nothing else in this.
Don't touch your face, Luca. Don't touch your face.
Touch your face. Corona.
Don't touch your face.
Corona.
Do you really think it's going to close down?
I think so. Pretty much chance. It's spreading pretty badly. It's spreading pretty badly.
Like, it'd only be for like a day.
I don't know. 4% mortality rate is pretty high.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Probably statistics of it. Everything's
Like a lot of people are recovering, a lot of people are getting it.
yeah, but like,
Huh? About 4. It's pretty bad, like 4% is pretty bad. Yeah. So yeah, quite a bit more.
We should be all dying.
Like shitloads of people die because of the flu. And if it's like a more serious flu. Right, are we done? Anyone want me to stop for like a little bit? Can we good? Can we good?
Can we good?
Can we good?
Can we good?
We can good?
Jeez.
No, you're supposed to say we can good. Fuck me.
We can good.
It's white. It was a wide open. Yeah, we can good. Yeah.
We can good.
All right. Who said no? No. Okay. Are you fine? Yeah. All right. So first thing I'll do is I'll probably rename the game object to player, just so I don't have like loads of crap just called game object. So my player is set up. I have no bones for the player yet, no skeleton for it. So this is the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create the bones. Just to make it easier for myself, again, I'll make another empty game object just to be a holder for all the bones. And I'll just call that bones. And that'll just be the parent for all the little bones below it. Don't have to, but just make things a bit neater. So I do that. And as a child of the bones, I will create a 2D bone. And this giant fecker shows up. Oh my god. So that's the bone there. Right click, 2D, bone. Create bone. It's not there?
No, I'm saying that's the big one, not there.
Oh yeah, it's pretty fucking huge. What you want to do is drop the length. Drop the length down and rotate it. So generally, for all animation, this is gonna be the same when you go to 2D animation. Generally, the root node or the root bone you often heard called either is generally the pelvis. And if you think of like a human body, by grab someone, like if they're grab them by the waist and pull them, everything comes with that, right? So if I grab from the arm, the top of my body will come, but the bottom may still stay the same. But if you grab anyone from the hip, everything's connected there. So generally we start from there, and that's the parent or root bone or root node. So we're going to start from there. I'm just going to move the cloak out of the way for a sec, just so I can see what the fuck I'm doing. I could just turn it off, actually. Yes. And so I have a bone there, and again, I probably want to name my bones so I don't get lost as to which is which. Excuse me. So this is pelvis, and as a child of pelvis, I'm going to make another bone, and it just automatically gets linked as a child, and that will be my torso or chest even. Make sure you name them correctly, because it'll be much easier if you do. Then as a child of that, you're going to make a head bone. Yeah, literally that song. How is that song still around?
Just catchy. That's all it was, really.
Fair. So here's a weird one. As a child of the head, I'm gonna create like I want one for the ponytail. So I'm gonna create 2D object bone. This will be the ponytail. Oh sugar. I didn't mean to do that. Ponytail bone. But I should be able to move it. Should be able to move it away. I want to move it away separately, but the problem, you see where it's linked, so I can't do that. So I need to delete that. And you create it as shit. I can't remember how to do this. Who sneezed there? Fuck out.
You already won your bet. You won your bet.
I am protected.
doomed us all.
The very serious bet over
Let's
all.
Let's stop breathing the carpet.
You were not in.
I'm pretty sure it's both.
Like the Venus flight.
Not in for the
Oh, sorry. Good question. So, when someone's asking, Emma's asking if I do the arm. So basically, I'm doing it from the torso, so the chest, so whatever. I'm selecting the chest. Right click, 2D object. 2D objects and bone, and it'll appear separately. Like it's linked. You can see it linked, but it is a movable one, and that does mean if I rotate the torso, it should brings them with.
So are all the arms coming from the chest or the pelvis?
All the
Arms.
arms are coming from the chest because it's connected to your chest, not your like. If you ever stop think about how it works in real life, my arm is connected to my chest, so that's probably the easiest way to do it. I definitely don't want my arms connected to my pelvis. Would it though?
Is there an easier way to like reposition the arms? Because I kind of don't like
Let me come over there.
fiddling with the numbers.
An easier way to reposition or to size?
No, like reposition. So I don't like fiddling with the numbers.
Can you not just grab the little square and move it?
Oh, for God's sake!
And then your legs should probably come from your pelvis.
Sorry, I have my gizmos off, so I didn't see.
How do you connect the bone to the other bone?
You can child them. You can just go and child them.
Oh, child.
Or select the parent and then create a bone. Either will work. Make sure you name them. Well, it just caused problems for yourself. But. Da, 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 da.
Did you just say pelvis?
No, I didn't actually say
That was very close to my mouth.
I've also been lazy and just copied, and it seems to work. So let's just do that.
Oh, like what? Contemporary's a bit like abstract. Fuck off, it was a long time. Is it really artistic, isn't it? Yeah, that's why I said abstract. It's not really a clear definition.
Sorry, you philosophers over there. Have you sorted out everything yet?
No, I just give it up. Yeah, honestly, I'm doing all the
Talking about contemporary what art?
dance.
Oh, dance.
Like, I have no mouse, so I'd rather cut myself than YouTube it, to be honest.
Why don't you have a map? Again, just nick it off the maps. Is that like still funny?
He's still
Man,
You're gonna take money for the rest of our course.
I don't know.
Poor Dory. I got that for my first day fast giving it. If you see wanted to jump down and win Ben inside or something.
I want to thought.
Like everyone was silent.
What was the context to that? What was the context?
This is also a poncho. Edgy equals funny, you know?
Was it though?
I mean, Shadow the Hedgehog is a very
Poor
funny game.
lad. Poor lad. I hate bones.
I've been break for a bit because
If you hate
assignment.
bones,
Conrad downloaded Sonic because I'm wasting
Wait,
2.5 hours.
wait,
of my life.
which Sonic did you download?
The movie. You said movie.
I mean, I said the movie was
you are
fine.
in for
Oh, you are in for a two treats, man.
Why did you do that to
Oh, it's bad. Okay.
Now you have two treats that are gonna make you want to fucking go to the
Commit
director's
toaster
store.
bath.
Yeah.
Why?
You'll know.
You'll see once you see it, you'll know. You'll know. Like
It's not
when you
good,
see
it's
it,
not.
you'll
And
remember.
it's not good.
I mean, no, it's not.
Apart from that moment, it's actually not that bad.
Apart from two instances.
Two instances, but apart from that, it's good. It's not bad. We thought it would be complete and utter trash. We got surprised with how well it was actually made. So it's not that bad.
That's not
that
good.
makes you want to go again or something.
Yes.
All your movies still
I mean, bad parts happen in good games as well. So, and that shows they're good games.
That is very true.
Twice.
Yes.
Okay, okay, Baz, I would like your opinion.
Stop.
He does it
The Mega Man
twice.
X series.
Huh?
What's your opinion on them?
Mega Man X?
Yes.
Like ages.
Yeah.
Too hard. Why?
That's like
I just really like them.
these
It's
interesting.
too hard.
That's like related basic.
I can probably
It's
find
kind of
it.
like games. There's not enough in them or something.
Which games do you say?
Like I tried Blasphemous. You heard that? Yeah, and like I've done songs.
You look at a
The
platformer
guy comes out and goes, I played it.
Yeah, Ori is quite standard. It's pretty standard. It's very nice. It's well made.
So
It's very good.
I love the intro. That I just turned it off.
So what are you looking for? Are you looking for weird mechanics or?
I don't know. See, I'm not attracted to music. I enjoy Super Mario, and that's pretty much it.
You play Super Meat Boy?
Yeah, I love Super Mario.
Yeah, it's just like
I love Super
called
Mario.
Brave. You try Brave? It's a weird mechanic. It's got a time reversal.
How do you spell it?
BRAVE. The one like you know that little boy with the tie animation.
Okay.
That's from that game.
Oh, he's a bit creepy.
He is a bit creepy. The art style's very creepy,
Yeah.
but the mechanic is interesting.
Yeah, no, that's actually when you come on Super Meat Boy. I had that on the Switch and I find that very
That's very good. Celeste is very good.
Oh yeah.
Like Super
That's
Meat
true,
Boy,
yeah.
Super Meat Boy kind of teaches you how to speed run because you can't pass a level if you can't speed run. That's basically it.
Yeah, you need to memorize.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
muscle memory.
Yeah,
If you like that, you probably would like Sonic.
yeah, because I really enjoyed those trials. Those are platformers, but it's like that kind of straightforward style. You have to
You
hit.
like basic platforming.
That's what I mean. Well, I don't know, I don't know why it doesn't. I don't know. Just some games, some of them I just don't find interesting or something. I don't know what
So bad.
makes it different.
It's not a platformer per se. It kind of is. Gunpoint.
Gunpoint.
That's very good.
Wait, Kane, when you say you like basic platformers, how basic?
Well, he said I like basic platform.
Does he like Super Meat Boy a lot?
Yeah, I like Super Meat Boy. I know platform.
Yeah. And there's one other. I like Mega Man. You try those. A lot of them are hard, but 6 is hard and X4 is by far. Try those. Those ones are hard.
Alright, I think we're good, right?
Yeah.
No? 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 Are we good?
We can go. We can go.
Alright, so I'm pretty much nearly finished. The last bits I need, so the bones are all in their own little holder, that's fine. I'm going to add another empty game object. This is going to be for my IK holders. IK holder. And IKs are the ones, as you saw, allows me to grab like the end of a limb and move it like an animation. So I'm going to create an IK here. 2D object. I will do an IK CCD. And this will be my arm IK. And it should be, where is it? Oh, it's huge. Can I make it smaller? Nope. How do I make the size? Okay, for some reason on mine it's gigantic, but it'll still work. So this is going to be my arm far IK. And it's going to target one of these bones. So I need my arm, this one, which is arm far lower, and I'll put that in the target. And hopefully, if I move the arm, I can. No. Why no work? Am I doing IKCCD or IKLM? Okay, sorry. It's IKLM I want, not IKCCD. Sorry. And then if it's the wrong way around, you can flip it. So mine's the wrong way around, so I'll just flip it, and there we go. Let's make sure to put it back in the right position.
Where do we put the IK then?
Into another holder called IK holder.
Oh, and then we put the target. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's IKLM, sorry, not IKCCD. IKLM. And it should go green when it targets correctly. You should be able to test it at this point, and it does work.
Oh, so you don't use lowers overall.
You use the lowers.
Okay.
I think you can use either, actually. I use the lowers, and they seem to work. So.
Okay, because the lowers are kind of. I'm not going to say are funky, but like so like it's not like this is.
Just flip it.
No,
Thank you.
that's good. I can ask you next week.
No starting a discussion. What? What? No profanity.
This is a very Christian class.
I gave up a while ago.
This is a civilized classroom.
My mama
I can look at it when I go home. Not to have a packet
Yeah. That's right. Tell her. Tell her.
My mom was a girl. We don't.
Oh yeah. Okay. Go. Whoa. Wait a minute.
I mean.
What is wrong with you?
All right, so when you're finished, the skeleton works, and everything works as if, spicy. It's like it works like a proper skeleton should, but of course nothing is rigged to that skeleton. So all the pieces of sprite mesh that I have are not following the skeleton yet, and this is the final piece we need to do before we begin animating. So I've got my skeleton set up, I can move, I can animate it, I can walk, I can do all that stuff, but I need to bring the sprites with it as well. So that's the last bit we're going to do. I'd say there's not much more we can finish before next week. But I'll finish off that, and then we'll hopefully get to that point, and then we'll animate next week. So for next week homework, what I need you to do is, you can just use this one if you want, but if you want to try your own character, just set up your own character and put it into like phone it. Set it all up. I've been teaching animation for 8 fucking years. You haven't heard it before? That's what it's called!
Are you thinking of me? You think? Why?
What?
Like we have color coding.
Yeah. It's slow down speed at a certain.
And then you're crashing again for a week.
You came up with that.
Because you're so speed at retarding.
I need to check it right now. It's just not how
He's a retard.
Oh my god. We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. Whoa, that's the wrong. That's going the wrong way. That's not how I meant it. Go home.
No, this just they
We don't have to. It's not weird if we don't make it weird. Okay?
That's kind of hilarious. There's a lot I can imagine he's like dumb. So this is a computer. You should just put
It's like around 8. Nightmare.
It's called retardation.
Why am I getting old? We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight.
Doesn't that remind me of Saturday Night Fever?
Ava, we got a whole reading week.
Alright, I'll keep going with this.
So that means like don't do it.
No, they're gonna be drinking. We're gonna be doing yeah,
Yeah. Like, actually, I don't know how Blender works. But you see, it's like this for the arm. All right. So let me just finish this off, and then we can finish up here. So the last bit I need to do is just to rig. I have that all working. I just need to rig each of the sprite meshes to those bones. So all of these sprite meshes need to be rigged to the bone. I'm just going to do this arm, and you should be able to see the concept. So on the arm, stab someone. This is all recorded, damn it. I need to add a bone. So I need to click here, add bone, and I will say which bones affect this arm. So these two bones do. And again, this is why naming stuff is important. So I know the arm far should be affected by arm far upper and arm far lower. So we add that. And arm far lower. Great stuff. Done. So now if I move the arm, this might work already. Let's see if it does. Oh. Suspense. Not yet. I'll need to go to the arm far. It's got these bones. Sure. And oh, the bones are not showing up. Why? Why? Technical difficulties. Give me a second. Mesh filter is here. Mesh filter is here.
Take a shot every time I start with this. We play that mode.
You walk up to the screen.
Put it into first images.
Yes. There's a what? Where is that? Oh yeah, I dragged that into here. So I dragged the arm for upper bone in there, and it automatically populates with all the children. So I already dragged that in there. I'm not sure why it's not binding.
Oh no, don't. Nothing would actually.
Oh yeah.
There's a little question.
Let me just figure this out a second.
Walking out of the week for a while. Okay, here's a question. Yeah.
It's literally just Wii Sports.
What's that for? Oh, thank you.
That's like saying like she has stayed.
Man, I don't know why this is not working either. Ah, okay, cool. Okay, sorry. So basically, the last bit is back off this. So I set the arm far here. I dragged like where the bones are. I just drag. Guys, come on, please. I just drag the arm far upper into it. It automatically populates with the children. Last bit is window, Anima2D, and sprite mesh editor, and you'll see the bones there. So I can try to bind them now. And you see the way it's binded?
Bound.
No, binded.
Oh,
And you can just do like an auto bind. Usually it's fine, but you should be able to also change individually the weightings. But let's just close that, and hopefully now, if I rotate that arm far, bone, the mesh will come with it. No. Sad. But that's what should happen. It's not bound again. Oh, I need to hit apply. Damn it. Yay! So just remember to hit apply. And that works. What?
I'm not getting the thing.
Okay, let me do it again. So, arm far. I'm just going to delete everything here. Oh, it's already bound. Shit. Let me do the near one. So, I've got the arm near, right? Going to try and bind the arm near upper, arm near lower to it, right? So, I'll drag arm near upper into where it says set bones. It'll populate the list automatically. Then I go to window, Anima2D, sprite mesh editor. Alright, just need to hit bind. Oh, it's bound. Just need to hit that apply. That's applied. And now, if I move those bones, they should work. Yay.
Well,
Right? So you just need to do that for everything else. So like,
Wow, it's so easy.
So I'll just do one more. I'll do the cloak. So cloak here again. I'm gonna do 2 sets of bones. So there's a cloak forward and backward, and I also have. Oh, I can only. So I just need to add them manually here. So cloak forward goes here. Cloak forward upper goes there. So all the bones that I need are added there. So you can manually add more. Again, window, Anima2D, sprite mesh editor. It's there. Bind them. That's all bound. Apply. Woo! All right. So that's all bound and worked correctly. Basically, just add all the bones you need for each piece, and then open sprite mesh editor, click bind and apply, and then it should work. So then next week when you come in, you'll have this all bound. If you want to create your own character and bind it yourself and like create bones and skeleton and bind it yourself, it's fine. Just have one character ready. Mine is already ready, so I don't need to do anything for next week. And then we'll begin animation. So we'll do like a walk cycle. We'll do walk, idle, maybe run, fall, jump. We'll set all those up, and then we'll do the animator controller stuff, which you all have done before, right? Yes? Yep. So we'll do that. We'll set that up. Have you all sent parameters to animator? You've done that? Yeah. All right. So you know how to code all that stuff. Oh, great. Good. We don't need to do that much. So really, we just need to focus on the animation bit. Yeah.
For this, begin the end
Semester. Yeah.
semester. Do we have to do this?
No, you can do the.
I don't know what when.
Are you asking? Do you have to use this
You have to
method?
use that. That's what it says.
Yeah, or like frame by frame or whatever. Fine, don't care. Don't care. I'm assessing only from a visual standpoint, so I don't care. As long as animations work, the transitions work okay, nothing gets stuck in an animation, doesn't come out of it, that kind of jazz. Once all that's done, I'm happy. Right? Cool. See you next week. Just whatever your first pose that you're in, you want to set default pose. So once you've bound everything, that will be the default pose. And then like whenever you're animating, you probably want to say one animation that's just that default pose.
Artistically speaking.
But then I can also feel the blood
Raging alcohol is
flowing.
Yeah.
My second
Ava,
my favorite type of
Ava,
Oh, you're all good. You're all good.
Not all of them, not everyone, sadly.
Would be epic if everyone did.
I'll go 12.
What do you mean weird? I don't know. It's not the word. You gotta go.
But what doesn't it mean? Name one thing that means like brain.